I got lack of oxygen to the brain about 5 minutes before birth. That's all I really know. I may be on my second life. I really don't know, but that's as much as I know and as much as my parents know. It's CP is a interesting thing to have because you can always have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I may not be able to speak. I can, but some people that have CP can't speak. As you notice, I've got one good arm, and this arm's not as good. That is not really a rare occurrence. It's normal. The other thing is that some people, they can speak, they can walk, they can jump. They might be able to do it slower, but they can do it. I'm confined to a chair. So it's an interesting thing to have. You have multiple ways of having CP. I started with photography, and not knowing what I was going to get or to go to college, I was thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I had the discussion over the phone with mom and dad. This is about the 50th discussion that I've had with the same question, what are you going to do? I looked over at my little digital camera and I said, photography. That's it. I'm going to do that. And that's how I decided. And from there, I took the photography degree. And I didn't mind it, but I had some problems with the studio that we used. We have big 600-watt light bulbs for them, and being in a chair, it's hard to reach up and monitor the lights and make sure the model doesn't move. And so photography really wasn't my thing. I really wasn't 100% into it. So I went down the hall, just next door, and took graphic arts. It's a second degree. That was not as challenging physically, but again, it was time consuming. So you really had to stay on the ball, but it was fun. I kind of landed in the right part of the college with the right people, and it kind of just got to be a good experience. I think down the line I've always made, and same thing with high school, if your diploma comes in 4 years, 2 years, 1 year, as long as you get it when you're supposed to get it, that was the biggest thing for me. And then the next biggest thing is try and stay on pace. One of the things that I was reminded of while I was at college, but reminded just by myself, is that I'm here. I've got to stay on pace because I'm a little bit. I do things a little bit slower than most people, but my instructors were as good with giving me extra time a day, maybe two here and there if I needed it, but not too much. Usually I was able to finish things on time. The reason why I was successful is, again, my teachers. They were good at giving me just more time to do my work, and I had good people around me. Classmates were good. I got a bunch of little helpers that they were willing to do pretty much anything that I really needed them to do. So I think multiply that. That's where my success came from. Not to give up, not to hang your head down too low, and look at things as in baby steps. Don't. One of my things that I did, and I realized that the reason, not really the downfall, but the reason why it took me so long, is I looked at things in leaps and giant steps, and things that I looked at, being independent in an apartment when I was, 16 years old, and that was great when I was going to be 18, and that's where I was going to be because that's what I wanted to do. So it was almost like I never thought I need help because I need people to come in, how to shower, how am I going to get to the mall and back, where's my transportation coming from? None of that actually went into my head. It was just, this is what I want to do. Just, go with what you think is right. Try to pick a program that you're going to enjoy. And hopefully, you'll do great in it. And don't be shy to say if you need extra time or if you need a little bit of help doing this or that. Depending on what you need help with, don't be shy to ask, because you'd be surprised how many people will step up to the plate if they're asked. Otherwise, they're not going to because they don't know that you need help with it. Look at things, again, in small steps and break it down into things that are easier to reach in a few months' time, but, set yourself, I want to be somewhere in 2 years' time, and if you put your mind to it, you can do it. I'm currently looking at taking a trip to Spain with my mother. in 2011. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. I don't think Spain has the accessibility that Fredericton has, but I've overcome barriers with travel and this and that. Anything you want to do, the the money, the whatever it is, it's out there. It's gonna take some fight. It's gonna take some lots of phone calls, lots of frustration, time. But if you get through those little obstacles, at the end is a great result.